All right, so welcome to Digital Mastery. We're going to go ahead and get going here. And over the last couple of weeks, we have gone over your website, the importance of your website. We talked about blogging. We have talked about sharing what's on your website to your social media. And I want to talk a little bit more about content management here today. So we'll get started in just a minute. Waiting for some people to come into the classroom. I'm just going to run through a couple things here. So you can see my group, which is now about 2.5 years. Yeah, a little bit more than that. It's about 3.5 years old. We're up to 39,200 in this group. One of the things you guys always want to be careful of is your participation requests. Make sure that you've created questions and make sure you go through and check those questions. One of the things I do is 35 requests, which isn't too many because I did this last night. But I only let people in that either answer some of the questions or all of the questions. And when you see somebody that joined a week ago, that is a real indicator that they are spam. And you can see this person here. I'll see if it has it anywhere else. That very much is raising red flags of being spam, so they're going to be declined. So anyway, that's just quick to go through that. Okay, let's go back and again talk a little bit about today. So one of the things that we talk about is our outreach, right? And we were having a conversation here before we came into this particular class about, kind of theming your days and things like that. One of the days that I always call it Facebook Friday, but it's not, it's Social Media Friday. It's just Facebook Friday sounds better, is planning out your content for the week ahead. So if you do this every Friday, what you want to do is plan out what your content is going to be for the following week. So as we talk about content management, right? If we're using a product like Publer, this is my Publer here. Publer has my RSS feeds, real simple syndication, where I have a variety of sources providing my social media pages with what's going on in the area. And you can see, everything from a sushi place opening in an old Red Lobster, the Hooters reopened in Port Richey after the hurricane.
What is this right here?
These are the RSS feeds that I have programmed into Publer that are feeding my social media sites. So every time one of these posts, this posts on my Facebook page, my Instagram, my X, my Pinterest. If it doesn't go to my TikTok, because TikTok has to be a video. So it's not going to my TikTok, but it's also going to my Threads. Some of this, not all of it, is going to my LinkedIn. So I have it set up with all my social media accounts. Here you can see my social media accounts quickly. I do. Yep. Which is well worth it to me because, again, I have 160,000 followers between my pages and groups. One sale a year more than pays for anything you're going to pay for with this. Actually, one sale every 5 years probably does, but you know. So anyway, yeah, you can see all the different accounts I have: Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, X, Threads, Pinterest, my Google business account, and Facebook. One thing to remember is that these RSS feeds do not feed to Facebook groups. So what you have to do is manually, is what I do is I actually pay for a Facebook group to be notified. Those notifications come to my phone. I copy the link, I copy it, pop it right into my group, and then this news goes into my group. So I do have to do that manually. Facebook changed the rules about 12 months ago, maybe a little bit more now. But it gives me that fresh content.
It's gonna be bad word.
How do-
What would I ask you about that site on my lookatbird.com? I think I tried to use that and it wouldn't work for me.
You have to have the RSS feed when you add it. So when you go in, you want to add the RSS feed, which is usually the name of it. You were looking at I Love the Berg, right? It's the name of it, settings / feed.
Okay, hold on.
Not every website.
Let me take a picture.
Oh, I already turned it off on them. It's right there.
Uh,
Not every website has an RSS feed. So you have to check for ones that do. We usually use, I think it's FeedBurner, one of those. I do a Google search of, Tampa Bay area RSS feeds. And I have most of them. So if you're in Tampa, if you're not in Tampa, you just have to look in your area. But you can see I use things like the Hernando Sun, which is up to give me what's going on in Hernando County. I Love the Berg, which gives me really gives me most of Pinellas.
how do you find what's?
Like I said, I have
I think it's that,
I don't know what time.
all I need for. Okay.
So FeedSpot, top 15 Tampa Bay RSS feeds. That's one place you can find them. It is FeedSpot that we use. So let's take a look at this. And you can see you don't want the Tampa Bay Times. Because here's the problem with the Times. First of all, it's hard news. You don't want hard news. The second problem with it is you have to have a subscription. So anyway, you just have to do some searches and you can get those RSS feeds. You could do that too. But again, remember that you guys don't want news. You want lifestyles. You want things like restaurants. Again, if you go back to the feeds, you'll see the stuff that's in mine. Next rising star in Tampa Bay food scene, gourmet snowballs, whatever that is. Happy Bayou Bites. It's a lot of food. A comedic superstar brings his new stand-up show to St. Pete. It's all things that people are interested in that's happening locally. But again, this isn't where I was going with today. So what I want to talk about today is if you have this mix working, which we went over in the last couple of weeks, you should all have set up and be going. Once you have this set up, now you need to decide, what am I putting in that's going to sell my real estate? So last week we talked about auto posts on your Facebook group, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we went and reviewed how to do an auto group or an auto post, which is if you go into your group here it is, you go to Admin Assist. And you'll see I have all these custom posts that go every other week or every week, depending on what they are. Ready to buy your dream home. Let's simplify the process. Home buyers get covered. Okay, so that's all fine in a group because you can do auto assist. And again, I usually say you could even do 4 different ones a month because you can do them monthly and change the date. I mean, a welcome post I do every week. My welcome post goes out every Friday to all my new people. as does my small business promotion, goes every Thursday. It lets people share their businesses and keeps them connected to my group. But like I have this one, Discover the Charm in Newport Richey, every other week. And it talks about that. And it brings the link, brings them to my website, to my Newport Richey page. And of course, for all my other different pages, it's for each individual town. Well, I can show you the. You discover the charm of Newport Richey, looking for your dream home. Explore what makes Newport Richey a hidden gem, stunning neighborhoods, vibrant local culture, and homes for every lifestyle. Whether you're dreaming of waterfront views, a family-friendly community, or a peaceful retreat, NPR has it all. Don't just take our word for it. Click the link to see available homes and learn why NPR is the perfect place to call home. Blah, blah, blah. And the post comes up and that takes you to the homepage. Actually, that takes you to, I think that actually takes you to my YouTube link too, which I'm going to exit and not save. So I have that going every other week. The other week, it has more of a real estate one, buying or selling. Bill Zeltman, blah, 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 blah. And it talks about me. Takes you to a page on my website. The whole idea is you want to drive traffic to your website. We're going to talk in later ones of these, how to actually capture that traffic so that you can either retarget them in advertising or get them to fill out something with their name, email, phone, so you can contact them. But for right now, let's just start getting people to your website. So I have these every day. You can see these on there. So again, we did this, I think we did this last week in this class, so I'm not going to belabor this point. All right. So what I want you to do today now is going back to a Publer or wherever you want to do this. And by the way, you can also do this in Facebook, for both Facebook and Instagram. You can schedule ahead using a planner. So I'm going to go to my calendar and you'll see I already have some things planned out. And I'm going to go to next week. Okay. And you'll see I already have stuff on here. You can post ahead and plan what posts you want to put on all of the different socials that you have in here. So you can see all my socials sitting here. So if I want those same posts that you saw on my Facebook group to go out to my Facebook page, my Instagram, my X, my Threads, my Pinterest, my LinkedIn, and all those other, what you want to do here is pick the day, okay? So I'll just pick Monday. Put in whatever I want to put in. If I want to add media, whether it be a video or a picture, I can just go here and add whatever I want to add. I'll do, you know what? I'll do this one. How about that? So watch this. So this, I'm going to upload a video. I'll be right back, guys. I just need to grab something here real quick. You can see it, but the people online cannot. So this is going to upload. I just put my description here for a listing I have. And now this is going to go to all of these groups that I have here. And I'm just checking the groups. I don't think I can send that to Google because it's a video. Gulf Palm Homes. I don't want to send it there.
Which one do you pay for?
I'm sorry.
Where can you pay for?
I don't think I can put this on X because the video is too long. And I'm not sure that I don't think I can put it on Threads because the video is too long.
Yeah, Threads.
I'm just going to take those off. But again, other things where I use a picture or whatever. So now this will be Monday going out on all my socials. And what I want to do is plan this. I usually, like I say, if you do Facebook Friday as an example, I plan Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. So all my socials get hit and I only have to think about it once a week. And I have a plan of my, I call these my shameless plugs. They are me sharing mixed in with all the other stuff that you just saw, the new restaurants, the comedy thing, the this, to that, so that people are always reminded that when they have a real estate need, they should call me. And I'm sorry, this is taking just a minute here, guys. But we'll keep talking while this is going. And again, what this is going to do is put you in a situation where you have a strategic plan. Now, do you have to have a post like this all the time? No. One of the other things, like I said, going back to what you're doing on those group ones that we did last week, is we want to drive people to your website. So you want to have website pages. How much is my home worth? Which, if you're at Century 21, you use our Moxie website. Here you go. This is done. Now watch. I'm going to hit schedule. I want it to go out on Monday, June 23rd. I want it to go out, let's say 11 a.m. Well, you should look at your pages and see when their busiest times are. I'm just shooting this because I got other stuff going. 11 a.m. schedule. And it's now in my queue. And you can see there it is. So anyway, you want to use pages from your website and also put them in here with the links to drive people to your website. Because again, what we're going to teach you in the upcoming weeks is how to target those people that come to your website and either get their information using a landing page or geez, you can do both, because we'll have cookies on our websites. We'll use Google Analytics so that you can actually set up advertising that goes specifically to people that have been to your website. So think about this. I'm going to show you guys another screen here. Just give me a second. Stop share.
So you already have everything set up in your schedule.
So I want to show you something here, guys. Why I can't, I lost my, there it is, share. So I want you to look at this page, okay? This is the back end of my website. It's a product called Stack Counter. Okay. So this is my website. And this is Stack Counter. And what Stack Counter shows me is how many people have come to my website. So yesterday I had 50 people. 48 of them were unique visits. What I want to do is track these people and make them so instead of me just having 2 people that were returning visitors, I have more than that. So like I had a good day last Thursday at 45 page views. So that means 11 people that have been on my website before. You see this. Actually, no, it's lower than that, but unique visits, page views, returning visitors. This is the orange one. I had 4 on Monday, 4 yesterday. I've had 1 today. I want returning visitors. Well, how do I get returning visitors? When they come to your website, we have a cookie that goes into their reads their browser. From that cookie, Google Analytics and Facebook Analytics does this as well. Okay. You can create advertising that just goes to those people. So like when you go online and you're searching to buy something, and then 20 minutes later you're on another website and all of a sudden you see an ad for that. Well, that's why. So where I was going with this, where I was showing you, let me go back to pages.
I always wondered.
People go on my website because they did a Google search, right? And they find, I want to see if I can find one. I know there's, of course, the one time it's not going to be here, right? Here you go. Nope, that's one of mine. That's one of mine. Here's one. 4043 Topsail Trail, Newport Richey. Okay. That is a listing that is not mine. Somebody did a Google search and my website came up with this listing they were looking for. Okay? So this person has no loyalty to me other than they wanted to see this listing. Well, why would somebody want to see a listing? Because maybe they're thinking about buying a house, right? People don't go looking at houses on real, I mean, there are hobbyists, don't get me wrong, for anything, but most people that are going and searching around looking for houses have an agenda. They either want to buy or they want to sell, or they're trying to find whatever. So what I want to be able to do is take this person that looked at this house and keep them loyal to my website until they are ready to buy or sell. How do I do that? By having this cookie in my site, and now they leave my site and maybe they go back on and they do another search for another property. Maybe my site comes up, chances are it doesn't. There's a lot of real estate sites. But instead, when they're doing anything else online, they're getting ads from my website. And now they're getting used to, oh, wait a minute, yeah, that Gulf Palm Homes, that's where I saw that house. Hold on, let me go back there again. Here's another one, Hibiscus Lane. Okay, that's not my listing. Corvette Drive in Tampa, not my listing. These are people that searched and found these properties by using my website. I want to make them more loyal to my website. How do I do that? By using revisitor targeting and by trying to get lead capture to get their information so I can give them a call. And I can say to them, hey, I saw you were looking at Top Sail Trail in Newport Richey. Did you have any questions about that property? What else are you looking for? I can give this and that. This is what we're trying to do, guys.
Well, I will keep the cookies.
What's that?
I can get the cookies in there.
Google, and we're going to teach this in another week or two. Google Analytics and Facebook Analytics Facebook Pixels will actually do this for you. So let me go back. So what I want you to do today to get ready for this, last week, we did the work to get you doing the reoccurrings in your groups. The week before, we did the work to get it where you were getting all these RSS feeds feeding to your pages. And then I taught you how to get them, also get it to your group. What I want you to do this week is get your content over here to the rest of your social media sites. And again, this you have to do, you have to be a little more labor intensive with this, because you can set up ahead of time, especially on here, but you're going to have to set this up, once a week or once every 2 weeks ahead of time so those posts go out. The other way that you can do this, if you're not using Publer, and again, this only works for Instagram and Facebook and Instagram, but you can go into your business page. See, this is my business page. If I go to professional dashboard, and I'm going to open it in a new window because I don't want to. Let's give it a second open. I'm in my business profile. I hit professional dashboard. If you go down here on the left, see where it says planner? You're going to click on planner. Make sure your Instagram is connected, which you can do in that business profile too. You just have to search around and find it. And you can see what I can do here is I can plan, I don't know, 29 days ahead of time.
This is if you don't want to use Publer?
No, this is, you can do both. You can do this one and not put your Facebook and Instagram on Twitter, on Publer, and do Facebook and Instagram from here for free. This doesn't cost you anything. Now, you can't put RSS feeds in here. That's why I still use Facebook and Instagram on the other. But you can see, you can go through and put what posts you want to put and schedule up to, I believe, 29 days in advance.
Well, you have Meta Business Suite.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So if I wanted to take the Facebook and Instagram off of Publer, I can put something else.
Well, if you take Instagram and Publer off of there, you're not going to get the stuff, you're not going to get the RSS feeds anymore. So I don't necessarily recommend doing that because you really want those RSS feeds given the local events.
Well, then why?
You don't. I'm just saying for somebody that doesn't want to do RSS feeds, which is a mistake. And the reason it's a mistake is if all that goes up on my page is my real estate stuff,
Yeah.
you're going to be bored, you're going to walk away, and you're not going to want to follow my page. Whereas if you go to my page right now, let's go to my page right now. This is my Facebook page, okay? Let me refresh it. It's not my groups. Groups are going to be way more popular, but this is my Facebook page. Look at the posts. See, published by Publer. Now only I can see that. Nobody else can see that.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay Sun, FC, and USL release Ybor Harbor Waterfront Stadium vision, right? Who's not interested in that?
Right.
All right. Claire's Gourmet Snowball. See, these are the posts that we saw in Publer. Here they are up here. Happy Bayou's Bites serves up amazing Cajun cuisine in Dunedin. Tampa Bay Metro Dining Showcase. Okay, so you see this stuff is mixed in here, right? And then when I have my personal planning stuff, for example, here's my homeowner's tip from yesterday, taking you to my website. Well, now my homeowner's tip is interesting because it's mixed with all this other stuff going on. Clapping for the Sunset, one of the community's best experiences in St. Pete Beach. This is stuff that people are interested in. And so when I have my listings and things mixed in here, you're not going to get bored. Oh, Bill's just some boring real estate guy trying to get me to buy or sell a house, which I'm not looking to do. That's why the combination between the two is so important. Yeah, yep. And this is why if you look at some huge, we did this a couple of weeks ago, you look at some of the biggest producing realtors in the area, and they hardly have any followers. We were on one, I won't say their name because we're going live here and whatever, but we had one that was from this local area that's huge. I mean, they do a ton of business. And we went on their Instagram where they are frequent posters, which is not most people, most agents are very bad about posting. This was somebody that's very active, and they only had 400, 500 people on there.
Okay.
And I'm like, I have that, and have only work near, for here's the reason is because all they put is the real estate stuff, and people don't care about their real estate stuff. But you know what? They definitely care about this new stadium for sports fans. They definitely care about whatever these Maryland style cool treats are, or this new restaurant here, or this dining showcase there. These are things that interest the masses. And that's what we want to build our group. I've never done anything to promote or build this group that I can think of. No. And I have 602 followers. It's not that old. I just put this page together in January. You go look at agents that have been agents since Facebook came out, and they've got 187 people, 195 people. That's all they have. It's because they either don't have any content or all their content is real estate. So again, today, what I want you to do is start getting yourself in a schedule that once a week or once every 2 weeks, however you want to do it, you go into either your Publer, your Facebook planner, and your business suite, and or both, and start putting your stuff in mixed with, here's the RSS feeds again. Any questions on that?